The night air is thin, sharp against her lungs. Boots pound against the dirt, the sound chasing her down the narrow canyon like gunshots. "Mary!" the voice slurs, thick with whiskey. "You can't run from me!" She doesn't look back. Looking back would slow her, and every second counts. Her bare feet slam against jagged rock, each step slicing skin, but pain means nothing compared to the man behind her. Her stepfather. The drunk had been hunting her since dusk, and now he's close. She cuts around a bend, presses herself flat against a boulder, chest heaving. The moon catches the edge of a broken bottle still in her hand, the only weapon she grabbed before escaping the cabin. The silence presses in. Her heart drums so loud she's certain he'll hear it. Then, crunch, gravel shifts, he's near. "I know where you are, girl," his voice taunts, echoing off the canyon walls. "Ain't no horse fast enough. Ain't no man dumb enough to hide you." Mary squeezes the glass tighter. Blood seeps from her palm, hot and sticky. Her eyes dart, desperate for a way out. Nothing but rock, sagebrush, and shadows. Her breath shudders. If he finds her now, he won't drag her home. He'll finish it here. The man stumbles into view. His shadow looms long in the moonlight, revolver dangling at his side. His shirt is stained, his face wild. "There you are!" Mary bolts. He snarls, boots hammering after her. The canyon walls funnel her forward, tighter and tighter. She's trapped in a stone throat with no escape. Her legs scream, but fear pushes them faster. The bottle glints as she clutches it like salvation. Behind her, his gun cocks, metal clicking like a death bell. She dives into a narrow crack in the rocks. His fingers swipe at her dress but miss. She scrapes through, skin tearing, hair ripping from her scalp, until she bursts into open desert. The world spreads wide, endless sage and pale dust under a fat moon. She runs across it like prey crossing open ground. No cover, no hiding place. The shot comes. Boom! The bullet slams dirt inches from her heel. She screams, but doesn't stop. Another blast shatters stone beside her, sparks spraying the night. "Keep running!" he howls, laugh splitting into madness. Her body is giving out, lungs burning, knees buckling. The prairie stretches forever. She can't outrun him. Then she hears it. A sound deeper than wind, a thunder rolling across the land. She stumbles, eyes widening. At first she thinks it's storm clouds moving in, but the sky is clear. Then the ground itself trembles beneath her bare feet. Hoofbeats, dozens of them. Her stepfather slows, confusion twisting his face. "What in hell?" Mary spins. Out of the distant dark comes a shape like a storm. Wild horses, a whole herd charging across the plains, manes whipping silver in the moonlight. The earth shakes with their fury. They are coming straight for her. She freezes. If she keeps running, she'll be trampled. If she stops, he'll shoot her dead. The drunk raises his revolver again, grinning. "Looks like the Lord sent me horses to bury you with." Mary's breath breaks into sobs. Her knees give out. The herd is seconds away, thunder bearing down, eyes burning wild, hooves splitting earth. And then she hears the sharp click behind her. Her stepfather has lined up his shot. The barrel points to the back of her head. His finger tightens. The revolver is steady, leveled at the back of Mary's head. The herd thunders closer, each hoofbeat rattling the earth like a drum of war. Her stepfather licks his cracked lips, eyes lit with cruel excitement. "One shot," he mutters, breath sour with whiskey. "One shot, and it's over." Mary closes her eyes. For a moment, everything slows. The moon blurs. The roar of hooves dulls into a low hum. And in that frozen instant, her mind rips backward. She is small again, 7 years old, sitting on a porch in the golden heat of late afternoon. Her real father's voice drifts like music. "Keep your chin high, Mary girl. World's a hard place, but you're harder. Don't let no one break you." He sets her on the horse's back, steady hands guiding her. The animal shifts, alive and powerful beneath her. Mary laughs, gripping the reins. That's when her mother steps out of the doorway, smiling faintly, dress pale blue against the dust. For a moment, it's the picture of a family, warm, whole, safe. But that was before the fever, before the coughing that stole her father in the night, before her mother remarried, the man who now stalks her with a gun in his hand. The memory shatters. Mary gasps back into the present, the revolver's barrel cold against her neck. Her stepfather snarls in her ear, Your daddy left you weak. I'll finish the lesson he never gave. The herd is upon them. The ground explodes with hooves. Wild horses surge past, splitting around Mary like a river around stone. Wind slams against her, whipping her hair, choking her lungs with dust. Their eyes, wild, unbroken, furious, flash inches from her face. Her stepfather curses, stumbling back as a stallion rears dangerously close. The gun slips from his grip. He dives for it, clawing in the dirt. Mary doesn't wait. She runs again, straight into the storm of horses. The herd swallows her whole. Bodies crash around her, hooves slicing the air. She should be dead, trampled flat, but somehow they don't strike her. They move like a wall, a living shield, carrying her deeper into their chaos. Her stepfather's shouts vanish behind. Only the thunder of hooves fills her ears. And in that storm, another memory slams into her chest. The first night after her mother's remarriage, the drunk sitting at the table, bottle in hand, voice sharp. You ain't special, you're just another mouth. You eat, you work, and when I say run, you run. She remembers the fear that night. She remembers her mother's silence. And she remembers the boy, the farmhand's son, no older than 15, maybe 16. He had looked at her across the barn shadows and whispered words no one else dared. She's not property. She's my sister. The drunk's fist had struck him down for that. Blood on straw, silence after. But Mary never forgot. The horses roar around her. She stumbles free of their wake, collapsing to her knees in the dust. Her chest heaves, tears streak her face. She doesn't know how she's alive. Behind her, the last of the herd thunders away into the hills, leaving only the echo of their passing. Silence drops heavy again. She crawls forward, shaking, scanning the desert. Empty. Her stepfather's voice is gone. His shadow, gone. Did the horses trample him? Did he retreat? Mary pushes herself up, swaying. The bottle is still clutched in her bloody palm. Her feet are torn open. She can barely stand, but she has to move. The desert stretches endless and cruel. No water, no shelter, just stars burning cold overhead. She staggers a few steps, then freezes. A shape moves at the canyon's edge, tall, broad-shouldered, holding a lantern that swings golden against the black. A man. Mary's chest seizes. If it's her stepfather, she's done, but the shape is different, steadier. The lantern rises, revealing a weathered face under a wide-brimmed hat. A long coat hangs from his shoulders, dust-stained and heavy. He isn't her stepfather, but he isn't smiling either. The man's voice carries across the silence, low and rough. You lost, girl? Mary can't speak. Her lips tremble, throat raw from running. She only stares, half terrified, half hopeful. The stranger steps closer, lantern glow revealing revolvers at his hips, a rifle slung across his back. His boots are steady, unlike the stumbling drunk she fled. This man moves like someone used to danger, his eyes narrow. You're hurt. Who's after you? Mary's lips finally break so, and cracked and whispering, My stepfather. He's gonna kill me. The stranger studies her for a long moment. The desert wind whispers between them. Then he sighs. Girl, you best not lie to me, 'cause if what you say is true, your trouble's about to become mine. Before she can answer, a gunshot cracks. The lantern bursts, glass spraying firelight across the sand. Mary screams. The stranger drops, rolling for cover. His rifle snaps off his back into his hands. From the darkness of the canyon comes laughter, ragged, drunken, triumphant. Her stepfather's voice. You thought a bunch of horses could keep her from me? Mary freezes, terror rushing back. The stranger cocks his rifle, steady and cold. The drunk steps into the moonlight, revolver raised again. His face is torn and bloodied, but his grin is wider than ever. This ain't your fight, cowboy, he spits. Step aside. She's mine. The stranger lifts the rifle, eye hard as iron. Not tonight, she ain't. And that's when the sound of more boots drifts from the canyon. Not one, not two, half a dozen. Figures step into view, men with guns, circling out of the shadows. The drunk chuckles darkly. You didn't think I came alone, did ya? The stranger's jaw tightens. Mary's heart stops, surrounded. The circle tightens. 6 men fan out from the canyon shadows, rifles gleaming silver in the moonlight. Their boots crunch slow and deliberate, the sound cutting through the desert silence. Mary staggers back, clutching her broken bottle like it means something. Her knees shake. She's caught between the stranger's rifle and her stepfather's revolver. The drunk licks his lips, smug. See, girl, you can run to the ends of this desert, but I'll always have a hand reaching for you. These men know me. They know what's mine. The stranger doesn't move. Rifle still raised, shoulders squared. His lantern lies shattered on the ground, tiny flames licking the sand before they sputter out. Only the moon lights his face now, lined, grim, and unreadable. One of the men spits into the dirt, eyes locked on him. Best hand her over, cowboy. Ain't worth dying for. Mary's throat tightens. This is it. No one ever stood for her before. Not her mother, not the law, not the neighbors who pretended not to hear the screams. Why would this stranger? Her stepfather sneers, voice thick with pride. She's just a mouth, just a burden. Let me take her back and you can ride off with your hide still intact. The desert holds its breath. The stranger finally speaks, voice flat, steady, and hard enough to crack stone. She's not yours. The words hit the drunk like a slap. His face twists. What did you say? She's not yours, the stranger repeats, louder this time, his rifle sight never leaving the man's chest. Not property, not cattle, not a thing you own. Mary's heart jolts. For the first time in her life, someone said it out loud. The drunk snarls. You think you're righteous? You don't know me. You don't know what I got claim to. I don't care who you are. The stranger cuts him off. I see a man with a gun aimed at a child. That's all I need to know. The men shift, tension sparking. Fingers hover over triggers. Dust swirls around their boots like smoke before fire. Mary whispers, trembling, They'll kill you. The stranger doesn't glance at her. His eyes stay locked on the drunk. Maybe, but I've seen worse deaths than theirs. For a moment, time holds. The moon burns pale, horses cry faintly from far hills, and Mary feels the edge of something breaking. Then, the drunk laughs, ugly and bitter. Fine, you made your choice. He jerks his chin at his men. Take him down. Leave the girl alive. I'll deal with her myself. The guns rise. Mary screams, and the desert explodes. The stranger fires first. His rifle cracks like thunder, one man spinning into the dirt before he knows he's dead. Chaos erupts. Bullets spark off stone, tearing through the sage. Mary dives flat to the ground, sand burning her face. Her stepfather roars, dragging her up by the hair, pressing his revolver hard against her temple. The stranger freezes mid-reload. His finger hovers over the trigger, but his aim falters. One wrong shot, and she's gone. Drop it, the drunk bellows, dragging her back like a shield. You ain't taking her from me. She's mine till she's dust. Mary thrashes, nails clawing at his arm. Tears blind her. She chokes out a cry, voice breaking through the storm of gunfire. Please, don't let him! The stranger's eyes burn. He lowers the rifle slowly, letting it fall into the sand. His hands rise, palms open. The men close in, grinning through the smoke of their guns. Two of them shove the stranger to his knees, revolvers pressed against his skull. Mary's heart sinks. He gave himself up. For her. The drunk cackles, yanking her head back. That's right. That's how it ends. You don't cross me. You don't take what's mine. The men laugh with him, harsh and cold. Mary looks at the stranger, this man who could have ridden away, who had no reason to stand here, who chose to anyway. He meets her gaze, steady, unblinking, as if telling her without words, not over yet. The drunk presses the revolver harder to her temple. His breath hisses hot in her ear. Now you watch, girl. You watch what happens to men who meddle. He cocks the hammer back. The stranger suddenly speaks, calm, sharp as a knife. You kill me. You better pray none of your boys leave this desert alive. Because if one breath makes it back to town, the law will hang every last one of you. The men glance at each other, unease flown. Ickering. The drunk snarls, spitting. Law don't come out here. Law don't care what I do with what's mine. But doubt cuts through his voice. Mary feels his grip loosen for a heartbeat. Just a heartbeat. Her bloody palm tightens around the broken bottle still clutched in her hand. The glass edge digs into her skin. One chance. 1 second. The stranger's eyes flick to her hand, then back to her face. The faintest nod. Her breath catches. This is it. She drives the jagged glass backward with every ounce of strength she has. The drunk screams as the bottle rips into his arm. His gun goes wide, blasting fire into the night sky. Mary tears free, stumbling forward, collapsing into the dirt. The stranger surges up in that same instant, ripping a pistol from one of the men and firing point blank. Another man falls. Gunfire explodes all around. The desert becomes fire and smoke. Mary crawls through the dust, ears ringing, vision blurred. She turns and sees her stepfather, face twisted with rage, bleeding, revolver still in his fist. He staggers toward her, screaming her name. The stranger spins, firing at another attacker. He doesn't see the drunk closing in. The revolver lifts, aimed straight at Mary's back. The revolver rises. Moonlight glints off the barrel, steady now despite the blood pouring down his arm. Mary's stepfather staggers closer, eyes wild, mouth foaming with hate. "Mary!" he roars, voice breaking through the smoke. "You think you can shame me? You think you can run?" Mary's arms tremble as she crawls backward across the dirt, her breath sharp and shallow. The stranger is locked in a shootout with two of the hired men, sparks flying, bullets tearing the night. He hasn't seen it yet. He hasn't seen the drunk closing in. The gun aims at her chest. Then, boom! The revolver kicks, fire bursting. Mary screams and shields her face, but the shot never lands. The stranger twists. It's just in time, dragging her out of the line of fire. The bullet carves a furrow through the sand where she'd been lying. He shoves her behind a rock outcrop, voice like iron. "Stay down! Don't move!" Before she can protest, he's back in the storm. Revolver is blazing in both hands. Two men fall fast, their bodies swallowed by dust. But more shadows move at the canyon's edge. Lanterns flare in the dark. Mary blinks through the smoke and sees them. Another group of riders spilling into the desert, rifles slung, faces hard. Reinforcements. Her stepfather laughs, high and broken, wiping blood from his piece. "You didn't think it was just us, did you? Whole town knows she's mine. Whole town's behind me." The stranger reloads with lightning speed, teeth clenched. His jaw twitches, eyes scanning the swelling tide of enemies. He spits into the dirt. "Damn fool! You just brought a war to your own doorstep." The circle grows wider, brighter. Lanterns lighting the canyon like a burning cage. The smell of gunpowder stings Mary's nose. Every breath feels like swallowing smoke. She clutches her knees, trembling, but the stranger's words echo in her skull. "Stay down." For the first time, she wants to obey someone. The men close in. 10, maybe 12 now. Their boots crunch in rhythm. The stranger stands alone between Mary and the crowd, guns leveled, silhouette sharp against the pale desert moon. One of the men calls out, "You can't win this, stranger. Ain't no law out here, just us. Hand her over." The stranger's voice is low, even. "Funny thing about the law, sometimes it ain't written in books. Sometimes it's carried in the hands that can still pull a trigger." The men mutter. The stepfather smirks, licking his lips. "You hear him? He's a dead man trying to sound noble." Mary's breath shakes. The stranger is outnumbered. He has no chance. Why hasn't he run? Then she sees it. The way he plants his feet. The way he glances toward the ridgeline. The way his jaw clenches as if counting seconds. He's not waiting to run. He's waiting for something. The men spread out, rifles lifting. Mary's stepfather raises his revolver again, pointing it at her rock cover. The stranger finally speaks, louder this time, voice carrying like thunder. "You take one more step, and I promise, none of you walk out of this canyon alive." For a heartbeat, silence. Then, a shot cracks. Not his. Theirs. The rock explodes beside Mary's head. She screams, curling tighter. The stranger fires back instantly, dropping the shooter with a single clean shot. And with that, the siege begins. Gunfire erupts from all sides, echoing off the canyon walls. Sparks spray from stone, bullets whine past. The desert is fire and dust and screaming men. The stranger moves like a shadow, reloading, firing, ducking behind cover. His shots are precise, merciless. Men drop in the dirt, crying out. But there are too many. Mary peeks up just long enough to see two riders flanking wide, cutting off escape. Another sets a lantern atop a rock, lighting her hiding place. The stranger curses, firing until his chamber clicks empty. He dives back beside her, breath hard, sweat and dust streaking his face. "You listen to me." His eyes bore into hers, fierce, commanding. "When I say run, you run. You don't look back." Her lip trembles. I can't leave you. You can and you will," he snaps. This ain't about me. It's about you living long enough to be free. His hand grips her shoulder, tight and steady. For the first time in years, she feels something stronger than fear in another's touch. But the siege closes tighter. Bullets slam the rocks around them. A rifle shot tears through his coat sleeve, grazing his arm. He grunts, but doesn't falter. The stepfather's laugh rises above the chaos, carried on the smoke. You hear that, girl? Even he knows it. Ain't no running from me. He steps forward, revolver gleaming, using the storm as cover. His eyes lock on Mary, hungry, certain. The stranger tries to fire back, but his last revolver clicks empty. He curses, throwing it aside, reaching for another cartridge. Too slow. Mary sees it before he does. The drunk raising his revolver, steady this time, aimed clean at the stranger's chest. The world narrows. Dust, fire, the smell of blood. Her body moves before her mind does. She bursts from cover, screaming, hurling herself between them. The gun goes off. The shot echoes through the canyon, louder than all the rest. For an instant, everything freezes. Mary gasps, clutching her chest, stumbling. The stranger's eyes widen in horror. Her stepfather lowers the smoking revolver, lips curling into a grin. That's it. That's the end of her. Mary sways. Her hand trembles away from her chest. No blood. The bullet missed. But the next one won't. Her stepfather levels the revolver again, point blank. And this time, he's aiming for her head. The revolver is cold. Black steel inches from Mary's forehead. Her stepfather's grin is wide, cracked teeth glowing in the firelight of scattered lanterns. The gun trembles only slightly in his bloody hand, but his eyes are steady. Look at you, he snarls, breath thick with whiskey. Thinking you can run. Thinking you can make me look small in front of men. Mary's breath shudders. Her body shakes so hard she can't tell if it's the earth quaking under gunfire or her own legs buckling. The stranger's voice cuts in, hard and calm despite the storm. You pull that trigger, you'll never walk out of here alive. The stepfather doesn't even look at him. His whole world is locked on Mary, the girl he's chased through dust, through blood, through darkness. You're mine. You've been mine sin. So the day your ma brought me in that house, I fed you, I clothed you, and you pay me back by running? Mary's throat burns as words fight their way out. You didn't feed me. You starved me. You didn't clothe me. You took everything. You ain't family. You're just a monster. For the first time, the man flinches. His face contorts, rage bubbling hotter. He presses the barrel tighter, forcing her to her knees. The stranger shifts, muscles coiled, searching for a shot that won't kill her. His eyes are sharp but underneath. There's something else, a flicker of memory. He's seen this before. His jaw locks. For a moment, the desert smoke fades, and in his mind's eye, he's back on another night, another siege. A door kicked in. His own sister's cry, his own failure. The past claws at him like fire, and he can't let it happen again. Mary gasps as the barrel digs harder into her skull. Her stepfather spits, voice rising. You hear me, girl? Your mama's gone, and all that's left is me. You think anyone else is going to keep you alive? This land don't love you. This world don't love you. I'm the only one you got. Her eyes fill with tears, but her voice comes out strong, breaking like a whip through the chaos. I'd rather die out here than live one more night with you. The words slam into the air. For a split second, silence. Even the gunfire seems to hesitate. As her stepfather's face twists, his hand trembles, not from weakness, but fury. He cocks the hammer back with a sharp click that cuts through Mary's bones. The stranger moves then. He steps forward slow, gun still lowered, his voice quiet but fierce. You keep saying she's yours, but I know men like you. You don't keep things. You break them. That's all you know. The drunk snarls, spittle flying. You don't know a damn thing about me. The stranger's eyes burn. I know enough. I seen a girl just like her once. Had the same eyes, same fight. And I let her down. Mary blinks through her tears, staring at him. His voice shakes for the first time. Not with fear, but with memory. She called me her brother, he whispers. And I didn't get there in time. They took her. She screamed, and I wasn't fast enough. The words slice open the night. For a moment, the stranger isn't just a man with guns. He's a man with ghosts. Mary feels her own chest tighten. She doesn't know him, doesn't even know his name, but in that moment, she knows his pain. She sees it in the hard set of his jaw, the shadows behind his eyes. Her stepfather sneers, dragging her tighter against his chest. Pathetic. Crying over some girl you couldn't save. You ain't saving this one either. The stranger's voice snaps back into iron. You're wrong. I don't lose her. Not tonight. The drunk laughs bitterly, revolver trembling against Mary's temple. Big words, but when I pull this trigger, we'll see just how many girls you can bury. Mary's tears streak down her face. She looks at the stranger, desperate, broken, whispering through the tremor in her voice. Don't let him, please. The stranger's grip tightens on his last revolver. His jaw sets. I won't. The siege rages around them, men shouting, bullets sparking, the desert choked with smoke. But in the eye of that storm, 3 people are locked in a standoff of blood and memory. The drunk's finger hovers on the trigger. Mary's breath shakes in and out. The stranger leans forward, ready to strike, ready to die, trying. And then, the sound of hooves, again. The ground trembles. The men around them pause, lanterns shaking in their hands. From the far ridge, shadows pour down. A dozen riders, maybe more. The sound is too organized, too steady. Not wild horses this time, men, armed. Mary's eyes widen. The stranger curses under his breath. The stepfather grins, wicked and wide. You hear that? That's the rest of 'em. I told you. Ain't nobody on this earth gonna take her from me. Not law, not you, not God himself. The thunder of hooves grows louder, closer, until the canyon walls seem to shake. More figures appear on the ridgeline, rifles raised, torches burning. Mary's heart seizes. There must be 20, maybe more. The desert is sealing shut around them. Her stepfather presses the revolver harder, snarling in her ear. They wouldn't knock next time. They'd come to take her or take revenge. The hammer is cocked. The riders close in. The stranger raises his revolver, knowing he's outnumbered 100-1. And in the space between heartbeats, the stepfather's finger begins to pull the trigger. The trigger pulls. Mary's world shrinks to the steel pressed against her temple. She feels the weight, the click of death. Her stepfather's finger squeezes. Boom! But the shot isn't his. The stranger's revolver cracks like thunder. Smoke curls from the barrel. The drunk howls, dropping the gun. His wrist explodes in blood, bone shattering. He stumbles backward, screaming, clutching his ruined hand. Mary collapses to the dirt, gasping. The stranger drags her behind cover, shielding her with his body as gunfire erupts again. The riders flood down the ridge, torches swinging, rifles blazing. 20 men at least. Their boots slam the earth in unison, their shouts echoing like war cries. The stranger's jaw sets. He knows. He's outnumbered. This is a siege no man wins. Mary clutches his sleeve, eyes wild with terror. They'll kill you. There's too many. He reloads calmly, eyes never leaving the enemy. They won't have to, 'cause I ain't letting them take you alive. Her throat tightens. You'll die. Better me than you, he snaps, then softens. I already lost one girl. I don't lose you. Her heart cracks open at those words. In his voice, in his eyes, she hears the truth. He isn't fighting for himself. He's fighting for redemption. The riders surround, forming a blazing circle of torches. Their leader rides forward, rifle resting easy across his saddle. His voice is cold, cutting through the chaos. Hand her over, cowboy. One girl ain't worth a graveyard. The stranger rises slowly, pulling Mary up beside him. His revolver is steady in one hand, his knife in the other. He speaks loud, voice carrying across the desert. You come for her, you better come ready to bleed. Every last one of you. The leader smirks. Then bleed it is. The first wave charges. The stranger shoves Mary back, stepping forward alone into the storm. His guns roar, each shot dropping a rider. Horses scream, men fall, dust explodes under hooves. Mary watches, paralyzed as he fights like a man possessed, unmovable, relentless. But for every man he cuts down, 2 more take their place. Bullets tear the air around him, sparks fly, torches crash into the sand. He's a wall, but walls fall. A shot rips through his side. He staggers but keeps firing. Another grazes his shoulder. Blood runs down his coat, but his eyes stay locked forward. Mary screams, rushing out of cover. No! He spins, grabbing her arm, forcing her back. His voice is a growl, rough with pain. Run! Now! I won't leave you! You will! His grip shakes with blood, with fury, with desperation. You live, Mary, you hear me? You live! Tears flood her eyes, but the riders are closing in. She can't fight them. She can barely stand. The stranger turns back, knife flashing. He carves through another attacker, then another, but his strength is fading. His breaths are ragged, his boots unsteady. And then her stepfather staggers back into the firelight, his face twisted in hate, blood soaking his shirt, but eyes burning with one final madness. He snatches up a fallen rifle, lifts it with his good hand, and aims it straight at the stranger's back. Mary sees it. Her body moves before thought. She screams, hurling herself forward. No! The rifle blasts. The sound is deafening. The stranger spins, sees Mary collapse into the dirt, blood streaking her arm where the bull let grazed past. Not deep, but enough to drop her. Her stepfather roars, reloading, determined to finish it. The stranger doesn't hesitate. He lunges, driving his knife deep into the drunk's chest. The stepfather's eyes widen in shock. His mouth gapes, choking on blood. He collapses into the dust, lifeless at last. Silence holds for half a breath. Then the riders scream in fury. The stranger rips the rifle from the dead man's hands, spinning, firing into the mob. One after another drop, but there are too many. Torches fall, fire licking dry brush, smoke choking the canyon. Mary crawls toward him, bloodied, tears streaking her face. Please, please stop. But he doesn't. He can't. He stands tall in the inferno, each shot ringing like a bell. His voice rises, not to her, not to the men, but to the ghosts that haunt him. Not again! Not this time! A bullet rips through his chest. He staggers. Another slams his shoulder. He drops to one knee, then forces himself back up. His rifle roars one last time, dropping the rider leader from his saddle. The mob falters, fear breaking through rage. Some turn back, others scatter. The fire spreads, driving them into the dark. Mary drags herself to his side, sobbing. You can't die! Don't leave me! Please don't! He collapses beside her, breath shallow, blood soaking his coat. His hand finds hers, gripping weak but steady. His eyes lock on hers, fierce, gentle, final. You're free now, Mary. You're free. Tears blur her vision. She shakes her head violently. No, no, stay with me. Please stay. He manages a faint smile. His thumb brushes her hand. Don't be afraid of the dark. Your daddy was right. You're harder than this world, harder than all of it. His chest rises once, falls, still. Mary's scream tears into the night, raw and broken. The fire swallows the canyon, torchlight bleeding into dawn. The riders are gone, scattered. The drunk is dead. The stranger lies still in her arms. The desert is quiet. And as the first sunlight breaks over the ridge, Mary sits there, bloodied, trembling, but alive. She looks to the horizon, whispering through cracked lips, I'll live, for both of us. The wind carries her words across the empty plain, and for the first time in her life, Mary no longer fears the dark.